Hello and welcome. This video is for anybody who wants to sound more beautiful when they sing. So what we've done here is we've created a 7-day journey that will help you to improve your tone, it'll help you to improve your pitch, and it will help you to add some style and emotion to your singing. So we're not just gonna be working on exercises, we're actually gonna be working on a song throughout this process so that you can really hear the results. Now this video is divided into 7 sections and it's meant to be enjoyed over a 7-day period, so you can really spend the time to practice each skill and get comfortable with it before moving on to the next. But that said, you're welcome to enjoy as many of the little segments in one sitting as you would like. I've also included some free goodies for you, which I'm going to explain in just a moment, but for now, let's dive in. First things first, we need to establish a baseline. So this means that you're going to have to sing. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab your phone, I want you to press the record button, and I want you to sing a song. Now, in this video, we're gonna be working on this one. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. So I want you to sing that, and I want you to record yourself. But the trick here is, I just want you to show up as you are. I don't want you to try to change anything about your voice. I don't want you to judge yourself. I just want you to get a snapshot of how you sound today. And that can be really challenging because recording yourself can feel really vulnerable, it can feel scary, but just remember, we're here to improve and we're here to create a more beautiful voice. So sing the song, you can sing it in any key you like, record yourself, and then the hardest part is I want you to listen back. Now, when you're listening back, I want you to remember we're not judging our voices, we're not being negative, but I do want you to pay attention to 2 things. What do you like about the sound of your voice? And maybe what you don't like. What do you feel you could improve on? Keep that in mind, and you've done all of the work you need to do for day 1. Now, if you don't know Can't Help Falling in Love, no big deal. You could really use any song for this. You could sing Happy Birthday if you wanted to. The main thing is that you're just recording yourself singing. And the second thing I want to add is we do have this song with a backing track in multiple keys inside the Singeo members area. So if you want to check that out, it's there for you. Okay, so go have fun singing, and I'll see you in day 2. Welcome back. It is time to warm up and wake up our voices. So we're gonna be learning a couple fun little exercises that's just gonna make a huge improvement in how the song sounds immediately. So we're gonna be starting with a hum. Now, we don't have to go, we can hum on the song that we're working on. So get ready to hum along with me. Keep relaxing the face. Just make the sound. Might tickle and vibrate in your nose and your lips. That's a good sign. Take a breath. Gotta breathe. Okay. Now the next step is we're gonna be doing something called a lip trill. I call it a bubble. It's kind of like you're blowing bubbles. And the reason for this is it's going to actually help to establish just the right breath flow throughout the song. And I want you to try this with your fingers on your cheeks. It might make it a little easier. So just gently place your fingers where your teeth would be and go. We have a whole video on this. We can link below if you need a little extra help. But this is the idea. I'm gonna put my hands on the piano, but you can keep yours here if you find it helpful. Get a good breath. Here we go. And breathe. This is harder than it looks. So the thing with that one is it doesn't work if you're laughing, and it's also super ridiculous, so it's hard not to laugh. But the idea is that you're going to sing through the song at least 1 time using that bubble or that lip trill. Now the third thing we're gonna do to warm up and wake up our voices is going to be what I call like the puffy cheeks. So you're gonna fill your cheeks up full of air like you're a puffer fish, but you're gonna keep the air there. and I can feel the breath on my hand. So the air is still coming out. It's not here, it's not, it's, if I plug my nose, there's no difference. You really have to work from your core to do this, and it feels kind of challenging. So just go with it. You might feel some cracks and flips along the way. Don't stress about those. Just try to get through the melody of this part of the song. Let's do it together. Here we go. So how did that feel? Was it challenging? If you were to say some words right now, you'll probably notice that your voice feels different. The experience of talking has actually shifted and changed a little bit. So what I want to do next is actually go back to singing the words of the song. So just do it with me and notice how this feels. Wise men say, breathe, only fools rush in. Make sure you're opening up your mouth enough, but I can't open. Help falling in love with you. So now that we're warmed up and we are a little more connected to the melody, it's going to sound better. It's going to sound better right out the gates. And the other piece of this puzzle, for today anyways, is making sure you're creating the space for the sound. I can't stress this enough. New singers or singers that maybe don't feel super confident with their voices tend to sing here. Wise men say, and then the sound gets stuck in the nose and the mouth doesn't open. Notice the difference. Wise men say. And if you feel like you've lost it, go back. And then you go to the words. But that felt great. Can't help falling in love with you. All right, friends, that is day 2. So before you go anywhere to do your practicing, there's a couple things I want you to know. Number 1, I want you to go and do this whole process over again. So hum the song, do the bubble on the song, and do the puffy cheeks, and then sing it a cappella, just you and your voice. Now, I told you I was going to include some extra bonuses, and I have. So below this video, you're actually going to find a few scales that you can download and sing these exercises on. So you can just download it as an MP3 file, you can press play, and you'll hear stuff like this, and you can hum or lip trill or your way through those. It's just a little added bonus. Now, if you want to take that even further, I have also included a link to a free trial for Singeo. So what that means is you can access our practice tool, which makes all of these scales and scale practice and exercise practice super easy. Plus, you'll be able to get to the backing track for Can't Help Falling in Love. So free trial, link below the video. Now it's time for you to go practice. So do the things we just reviewed in day 2. Have fun with it. Remember to enjoy this. This is about the joy of singing, and I will see you in day 3. All right, day 3. Let's talk about pitch, baby. Okay, this is gonna be such a fun day because we're gonna be doing probably the ugliest, most horrible exercises you've ever heard, but I promise there's a point to them and they're gonna improve your pitch. So we're gonna spend some time making terrible sounds, and then we will go back to singing our song and we'll make it pretty. Now, the reason for this is if you want to sound beautiful when you sing, you need to have accurate pitch. And to have accurate pitch, there needs to be a cooperation between what your brain is asking for and what your vocal cords, what these muscles are capable of doing. So to practice this, we can do kind of an ugly, aggressive exercise. So I want you to do this. Ah, ah, ah. We're literally just singing the melody of this song with an ugly sounding ah. My tongue is down and forward. I'm almost thinking, I'm kind of like ah, bratty. And the notes are short. So you sing it and come right off. So we're gonna go ah, 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 ah. So you can repeat that as many times as you'd like, but you want to feel like, Those notes are easy to find. I'm trying for them and I'm hitting them. Now the next step is we can actually close our mouths and do a creaky, ugly sound like this. It's not supposed to be loud because that'll probably feel tense. Just touch the note. Okay, now that you have practiced some of those pitch accuracy techniques, I want you to come back to your song. And this time we're gonna actually sing it on a ridiculous word. We're gonna sing it on gug. So G-U-G. And please let go of any attempt to make this pretty because it's impossible. We'll do that as the next step. So I just want this. Gug, gug, gug. Gug, 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 gug. Now, sing the song as you normally would. Allow yourself to trust that you've created some muscle memory on those pitches. Here we go, 3, 4. Wise men say only fools rush in. Okay, it's all you from here. How did that go? So there you go, you have lots to practice. So spend some time with those ugly, terrible, awful exercises, developing that pitch accuracy on those notes, and then go back to singing it. And just notice if you feel more connected to the melody and you find a greater sense of ease as you sing through it. Now, in the next lesson or the next day, we're gonna be looking at tone. And I'm so excited to dive into this with you because you improve your tone, you're gonna sound more beautiful. See you there. All right, tone. Tone is everything. A tone, the way, the nuance, the texture of your voice, like, let me just demonstrate. If I sing like this, wise men say, it's just not gonna sound very good. It's very nasally. I can go this way too. Wise men say. That's terrible tone. Nobody wants to listen to that. So you will find that you're able to improve your sound when you learn how to feel the sound in your body. And I think as singers, that's the most important thing, is to be able to notice, how does this sound feel? Where is it? And can I move it around to make it more enjoyable? So the first step towards this is just sort of practicing with some different feelings. I want you to experience what it feels like to make a bratty sound. So just pretend like you're a sheep for a moment and go, bah! Make it ugly, bah! I call this bratty because it sounds kind of bratty, like SpongeBob almost. Ba, ba, ba. Notice how that feels. Now we're going to reverse it. So I want you to do this with me as well. We're going to flip this around and make it what I will call dopey. So this is your larynx, where your vocal cords live. We're gonna go, and move it down. It's like a yawny. If you were Patrick from SpongeBob, that's how you talk. So you could sing, wise men. I feel like Elvis, actually, that's hilarious. Say, so, ba, 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 ba. That's what a dopey sound is like. Now, we're not gonna sing our song like this, but it's important to know how these things feel so that if you're singing and you're like, well, I sound kind of nasally, maybe you bring it to a little bit more of like a dopier sensation, and you know how to do that now because you know how it feels. Or maybe you're like, it sounds like wise men say, too light and breathy. Maybe you add a little bit of that bratty, wise, just to help you connect. You see how this works? So another great way to play with this is by saying the word nah. Na, na, na. You feel how the N brings all of the sound forward in your face? Na, na. And it encourages that bratty sound. All right, so let's try experimenting with how sound feels in our body by using a different word. This time, I want you to say the word no. I've said that word before. Have you said that word before? So we're gonna say no, no, notice what happens when you sing into the N. It brings the sound forward to the front of your face, and it makes it nasally. Now let's put a G in front of the letter O, and we're gonna sing the word go. Go, go, go. Notice how it's further back now. G, g. Your tongue is coming up at the back of your mouth. Completely different feeling. So what this all means is that the words you sing, the consonants and the vowels, work together to create a different sort of tone, a different sound experience. So I want you to sing the song again, and I want you to pay attention to how it feels on each and every word. So slow it down. Wise men, meh, might bring you to your nose, so then you can just think, oh, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna open up and sing to the eh. Wise men say, only fools rush in. Do you see I smiled there a little bit and it made the sound feel brighter, it was darker, but I can't help falling in love with you. So now would be a really good time to record yourself singing this again, because you'll feel the sound in your body differently, because you are the instrument, the sound's vibrating in your physical body. When you listen back on a recording, that's why people are like, oh, that's not me, I don't sound like that. Well, you do, but you're just not feeling it when you listen back. So record yourself and listen back and notice. Are you nasally? Are you breathy? If you are nasally, make sure that you think maybe of how it felt to be a little more dopey. If you're too breathy, maybe try to add a little bit of that bratty sensation back into the mix and see if it improves your sound quality. This day is all about just experimenting. So if all you come out of this day with is you've experimented with some really goofy sounds and now you know what it feels like to be nasally, now you know what it feels like to be dopey, what an sounds like, what a g feels like, then you're winning. Because in the next day, we're gonna be taking all of this and you're gonna probably see the biggest improvement in your sound yet, because we're gonna apply it to how you actually sing through the song, focusing on vowels. And this is what will take your singing from good or terrible to incredible. So I'll see you there. All right, in this lesson, we are gonna put everything we've learned so far into practice, and we're gonna be really messing with the vowels, the shapes, because this is what's gonna make your sound amazing. So when you're singing just the first bit of the song, there's a few things that could happen. You could sing wise, the word wise. What is the vowel sound? Wah, or is it E? Wise, right? You have different options. As a singer, you get to look at a word and make decisions about what part of that word you want to sing into. If you sing into the W, oh, you're getting nowhere. If you sing into that was, you're not gonna get your fully formed word. If you sing into the wise, you're gonna sound a bit silly. So you need to make a decision about what's going to help this to sound the best. So I'm going to suggest here that the E feels wrong and a big wide wah sounds wrong. So let's meet in the middle. Wise. I'm focusing on an and I'm letting it move a little bit to E at the end. Wise. And then the next one, man. If I stay on the meh, it's gonna go on my nose. So I have to be very careful of that. I'm thinking eh. The vowel there I'm focusing on is eh. My tongue is down and forward to create good space for that. Meh. Now a great way to test if this man is getting stuck in your nose is to plug your nose. Because you'll notice the M requires the use of your nose. It's gonna go, but as soon as you open into the E or the eh, it should move out of the nose. Watch. Man. It wasn't man. That's what we don't want. If that's happening, you need a little more energy to get that sound out, or maybe to drop your jaw down a bit more. So you could try, ooh, that's the feeling, man. There you are. So put that together. Wise men say. So notice what's happening on the word say. I'm kind of in eh. I'm not a. I'll go nasally. I'm thinking eh. I'm creating the path of least resistance as I move between these words. Wise men say. So that's ooh. My jaw's down, I'm thinking very narrow. Foo. I'm not singing the L because that would make this foo. L will stop the sound. I'm singing foos. Only foos rush, not rash. Rush. Foos rush in. But I'm not singing but I. That T is aggressive. It's an aggressive interrupter of our sound. So I'm singing but but I can't help falling, just touching you, falling in love. I'm not love or love. I'm love. I'm thinking love with you. Narrow again. So with a little bit of attention to the shapes that I'm making, combined with the work that I've done on pitch and warming up my voice and understanding how sound feels in my body, I'm able to make decisions about what parts of these words I want to focus on to get the best sound out of my voice. So there really isn't one size fits all for this. You have to experiment, but I hope that seeing me go through this process has kind of caused some light bulbs to go off. And I want you to experiment with what happens if you sing a word this way, what happens if you relax your jaw down, what happens if you reshape it or focus on a different part of the sound. Play with it. Record yourself, do a few different versions, and then pick out what you love best and repeat that. All right, have fun practicing this, and I will see you in day 6, where we are going to talk about style. So it'll be like, wise men. Just joking, that's a little dramatic, but we're gonna talk about how you can add your own style. I'll see you there. All right, let's talk about style. One of the fastest ways to add some style to a song is by messing with the phrasing. So, for example, if I were to say, wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. There's not a lot of character there. But I were to say, wise men say only fools rush in. Whoa, suddenly I'm making a statement. So as a singer, you get to experiment with different phrasings, different ways you put together the ebbs and the flows of the song's melody and lyrics. So you could sing, wise men say only fools rush in. I'm being kind of silly there, but I wanted you to see a dramatic example. Now, if I were doing this, I might, in seriousness, I might do something more like this. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help. Notice how I sort of changed where I said those words? It wasn't I can't help. It was I can't help. It causes the listener to go, oh, that wasn't what I was expecting. So the trick here when you're sort of experimenting with phrasing is to be subtle enough that it's not like, what are they doing to my favorite song? And give enough of a change that the listener goes, that was a little bit different. It's not what I was expecting, but I think I like it. So my favorite way to play with this is to actually lean into the ridiculous and just try to sing it 3 different ways, totally different ways. So that's step 1 of your homework. Another really simple way to add some style and flair is to embellish your melody just a tiny bit. So I can do this right out the gates. Instead of singing wise men say, I go wise, wise. I'm just moving down a half step and then coming back. Wise men say only fools rush. I did it there again, rush. Those aren't the notes. Rush. So go from fools rushing. Now, there's kind of this moment here before I need to go into the next little bit. So I can hum something. So if I go, fools rushing, but I can't help falling in love with you. little bit extra. Now you can use this a little or you can use it a lot. That is up to you and what feels really good and authentic. But don't be afraid to take some risks. You know, the ability to pick really natural sounding add-ons comes at a cost. Like you're gonna sing some that sound pretty terrible to find the ones that you like the sound of. So just start with that one at the beginning. Wise, you've got it right there. Now, one more thing I wanna give you for your toolbox, in this lesson anyway, is vocal fry. So this sound, that's vocal fry. So you can put that sort of on some of your words. So I could sing it really pure. Wise men say, or I could add some vocal fry. Wise men say, do you hear that? Say. I'll do it on the word only. Only fools rush in. I'm exaggerating a bit, but you're hearing it. It's at the beginning of some of my words. In, wise men say only. You gotta be careful with this. Too much of it will not sound good, but sparingly, it just adds this little like, ooh, a little bit of interest to what you're doing. So there you've got some ideas. You've got some options. You can play with how you're putting your phrases together. You can add little bits of runs and riffs here and there. And you can use vocal fry however much or little you'd like to style this in a way that feels really good to you. So practice this, experiment, try a few different things, find what you like, and I will see you in day 7. All right, we have made it to day 7 of our vocal transformation. So this is the fun part. This is where we are going to lean into our feelings. So the difference between a good singer and a great singer, believe it or not, is not vocal technique. It's not raw talent. It is the ability to tell a story that is believable. So when you approach a song and you have no feeling that you're conveying, wise men say, only fools, it's not going to be impactful. Take a moment. Tell yourself a story about the song. What does it mean to you? Who does it make you think of? I always joke about this song that I sing it to my dog, my puppy Rhodes. He loves this song. Every time I sing it, he jumps up on the piano bench and he snuggles. So that just conjures up all these like loving feelings. So I'm gonna hold on to that and notice how it influences my sound, if I really believe it. So, wise men say, only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Totally different experience. Didn't matter that there were little cracky moments in my voice. I was engaged in what I was doing and I was reliving a feeling and it felt awesome. So this is super important for you too. You need to find a story that you can connect to. For me, it was just my dog. It doesn't have to be this epic love story, but it could be somebody you love. It could be a feeling you had when you went on a walk and the breeze was just right. Find a space that you can go into mentally and convey that emotion through your voice. You'd be amazed at how you don't have to really think about it. When you're feeling something, it's gonna be reflected in the way you express vocally. It's so cool. So part 2 of this, because we're on day 7, is I want you to, with that feeling, record yourself singing again. And then I want you to listen back. I want you to compare side by side day 1 to day 7 and notice the difference. Look how far you've come. So that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. I would really, really, really love to help you achieve all of your singing goals. So don't forget, we've got that free trial linked below this video. You can get direct support from myself and our other teachers here at Singeo. But even more importantly than that, I think it's the community that we have here. I think as singers, we need support and encouragement and feedback. And we have an entire community of amazing singers that would love to hear your recording of this song and be your biggest cheerleaders. So take advantage of the 7-day trial. It's free. What do you got to lose? Enjoy singing. Comment below and let me know what your favorite day was. What day did you learn the most on? And I'll see you around.